As the weather warms up, I start thinking of my backyard and of my garden. I love color, and planting new flowers in the ground is the best way to spruce up my yard. Here today to tell us about a new initiative called Bloom is Susan Yoder, the Executive Director of Seed Your Future. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you so much, Stacy. I'm glad to be talking to you today about Bloom.
So am I. Well, Susan, I am actually a teacher at a project-based learning school that has a huge agriculture component. Plus, I have a daughter that is the agriculture manager at an educational farm in Colorado. Yes, my daughter is actually a working farmer. But even with all these tied to the ag world, I have never given a lot of thought to the industry of horticulture. So tell me about this initiative. What is your goal with Bloom?
Well, we're living in a time of great disconnection with plants. Plants are everywhere, yet plants are nowhere on most people's minds. This plant blindness is especially significant among our nation's youth. So Bloom is a vibrant, new, youth-focused campaign that we've designed to help young people unlock the potential of the plant world and in the process, hopefully introduce them to a lifelong passion for plants and perhaps even a career in horticulture, which is the art, science, technology, and business of plants. We like to call Bloom the movement to improve the world through the power of plants.
And who is behind this campaign?
Seed Your Future is behind this campaign. It's a coalition of more than 150 partners all across the nation, which include horticulture industry companies, gardening organizations, schools, colleges, universities, public gardens, youth organizations, and individual supporters. And, we're all united by the confidence in the power of plants to change our world. So the first major initiative of Seed Your Future is this youth-focused campaign called Bloom.
And so tell me, how is Bloom teaching youth about horticulture, and what resources are available to us?
We have two different ways that we're doing that. The first is we have a digital hub that we've created called wearebloom.org, and that is youth-focused. So on that hub, we have all sorts of exciting things for kids. We've done a couple years of research with middle schoolers, their teachers, their parents, their youth program leaders to find out how do they like to receive information and how should we present things that are in a resonant way for them. So we have on that digital hub, we have videos, horticulturalists in action, we have cool games for them to play, we have a quiz where they can actually go through based on their own interests and find their own plant power. And then based on those results, they have kind of a persona. So whether they're interested in art or science or business or technology, the hub helps them to understand what are the vast possibilities within horticulture for them. So that's the first piece. The second piece is our adult-focused resources. So the people who are working with kids every day, teachers, parents, youth program leaders, we have created, along with Scholastic, a whole lot of new lesson plans, activities, games that they can do with the kids, and that is with scholastic.com/bloom. So all of that is downloadable and available for people to be working with kids every day to help them to unlock their plant power.
As a teacher, I love those resources. I know how much my students love working in the garden. We also have animals, but in the orchard and getting their plants up and ready. Wonderful. So tell me exactly, what does a horticulturist do?
So a horticulturalist is a term for more than 100 different careers. So I like to say it's everything from arborist to zoological horticulture. It's from A to Z, and it has everything along art, science, business, and technology. So we like to find out first what kids are interested in through the wearebloom.org website, and then it can open their world to here's 100 different ways that you can be involved in horticulture. And horticulturists really are working together to try and solve some of the world's most challenging problems. So we've talked with kids about things like horticulturists are the folks that are developing food that is safe and nutritious to be able to feed a growing population. They're researching cures for disease. They're solving some of our world's biggest environmental issues such as pollution and drought and clean water and climate change. And they're creating landscapes that aren't just beautiful, but also are providing physical and social and emotional health supports, which is so important in our world today. And even making our athletes safer by having playing fields, for example, that are made out of natural grass. So we use those examples with youth so they can see the vast opportunities that are available to them across the horticulture industry.
There really are a lot of career opportunities available. I never imagined when my own children growing up to become a farmer, and there seems to be a resurgence of farming as a career for a number of young adults. Is this a good sign for Bloom?
It absolutely is a good sign for Bloom. There's definitely a resurgence there, and there is an interest in lots of plant-based movements like farm to table and field to vase in flowers and community gardens and school gardens. But what is missing is that connection to the career opportunities that are available to them. So by meeting kids where they are and having them learn about their own plant power and the plants around them, that's what we hope to do, is introduce them to the whole possibility of all of those jobs that they could choose from.
It sounds like a green-collar job.
Absolutely a green-collar job. We like to say, it's not a white-collar industry, it's not a blue-collar industry, it's absolutely a green-collar industry, and I think that really resonates today.
I like that. So looking down the road, 10 to 15 years, what does the future look like for a horticulturist?
Well, actually, that's so exciting for us because nearly 58,000 jobs in horticulture are expected to become available annually, at least every year for the next 5 years, but only 61% of them are expected to be filled. So that is really causing a significant workforce gap within the industry, and in fact, one of the main reasons why Seed Your Future was formed. So here's this industry that has so many open positions just waiting for people, but not enough qualified candidates who are pursuing the career. So it's really one of those fields that if parents and families just understood what was available, I think people will get really excited about it once people see what's available with plants.
Susan, you have opened my eyes to a whole new area of career growth for our future generations, and I guess even for people today. Where can my readers find more information?
If they will go to wearebloom.org, that is our digital hub for all of our campaign materials. They can access everything there. They can follow us on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook at We Are Bloom.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing me all this information. I learned a lot today.
Thank you, Stacy. If I could leave you just with one thing, and that's the more we know about plants, the more we can make a difference in the world today.